the players cool down after the game, Wiser heats up my water.
A real terrific fight out there, but came up short in the end.
Yeah, I can kind of talk through the game in all kinds of ways, but there is a reality. We weren't where we needed to be today to win that game. We started pretty brightly, but then our first set of defence was so far off what we were achieving last week with its intensity and its kind of collision quality, and that worried me a little bit. That probably made me have some concerns that how simple that momentum came and then how simple the try came. And to be fair to the lads, we fought our way back into the game at times, and when we score our second try, it becomes a tight contest again. But when you kind of know that a day is dripping away from you when the opposition kicker can't miss from anywhere, and your kicker can't seem to hit them from anywhere. When you look and you think, oh, if that had been a 50-50 kicking battle, we'd have been in it to the death. And that's come some of the simple things that happened today. We weren't. I can't wrap it up. I thought Munster were where they needed to be, and we weren't. I think that's great credit to Munster and the crowd and the kind of emotion they created together. I thought was fantastic for them. But we needed to be better than we were today, and we weren't confrontational enough or competitive enough in enough areas.
Breakdown, of course, your problems gave away. Either a lot of ball, a lot of penalties, didn't you?
Yeah, the breakdown was frustrating because just after half time, at half time we kind of solved the problem for the majority of the second half. All of a sudden, and that led to our second try. We're carrying momentum, we're keeping the ball. We're keeping the ball quite simply as well, and that's the frustration. Is that some of the very simple things? I'm not saying they're easy, but some of the simple things that are little golden rules around how you play and how you pull your game together. We drifted off them relatively easily in the first half, and that's a frustration. That's a very, very big frustration from a coaching perspective, because actually when we did those things, we kept the ball and we kept going, and we were fine. And as I said, I think if we could have started the game with that clarity of thought, we probably would have seen ourselves in a lot better position with the wind and to have a better position in the second half than we had.
And Munster's defence was very good again today, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. Again, we scored a couple of tries. That it's not that bit, it's not the difficult bit. It's the piecing it together in other areas of the field. And as I said, we didn't quite get the toehold in the game that we got last week. We didn't quite get that dominance around certain areas. Our scrum was okay and it got us some pence, but it didn't become quite as dominant. Our maul didn't become quite as dominant as last time, and that coupled with us, I say failing to break down and missing some kicks and failing to build pressure has hurt us. It's a combination of quite a lot of things.
You're also missing 4 British Lions today, aren't you? Which doesn't help.
That is what it is. Munster are missing players as well. You get on with it and you get on with the competition. And but it has been one of those years where it's been tough for us to put what we call our frontline team on the field, but I don't think very many teams are running through that now after 2 or 3 years of what we went through with COVID and the rejigging of various competitions and structures and stuff. So that kind of is what it is, and that's no excuse for us. I thought we had a good side on the pitch today, and we haven't played well enough.
Got to pick yourself up quickly because you're straight back into the Premiership and doesn't come much bigger than Saracens away.
That's right. The Premiership becomes a weird competition now because we've got these 3 rounds left, but in between there's going to be significant breaks now because we're out of Europe, and actually. If we don't start with a good performance or certainly collecting some points at Saracens next Sunday, you start to wonder what's going to happen in those last few weeks, because it starts to could be a bit moot for us really. So we have got to dust ourselves down very quickly. We've got to get back onto things, and we've got to go and attack a game, and we've still got to try and keep the season interesting for ourselves.
Just on Sam Simmonds, how does he like to play again this season?
Well, hopefully yes. It's a hip stroke kind of groin abduction. It's a combination of a few things. He's sore, he's struggling to train really, and that's the problem, is that we can get him on the field, but he's very limited training, which is obviously meaning that fitness wise and his performance wise he's kind of on that downward spiral until we can sort this issue out. We're investigating that now. He'll be seeing a specialist this week, but all the scans and things say that we're hopeful we'll see him before the end of the season.
Thank you, Rob.